One pistol changed everything. In 1982, a curtain rod designer with zero firearms experience walked into an Austrian military contract competition and beat every established gun manufacturer on the planet. The experts said polymer frames would shatter. The military said it would never be reliable enough. The industry said it would fail within a year. Today, that pistol is carried by law enforcement in 48 countries. Today, it is the most proven service pistol in human history. Today, it sits in more holsters, more nightstands, and more gun safes than any other handgun ever manufactured. And most people who own one do not know half of what I am about to tell you. This is every Glock model explained in order. Everyone, every caliber, every purpose, every honest verdict on whether it is worth buying in 2026. Stay until the end, because the model that belongs in your safe is probably not the one you think it is. Subscribe before we start. This channel delivers honest firearms content every single week. Glock is not just a gun. It is a revolution that the entire firearms industry spent 40 years trying to catch up to and still has not fully matched. But Glock is not one gun. It is an entire family of pistols across multiple generations, multiple calibers, and multiple purposes. Some belong in your hands. Some are caliber-specific options whose time has passed. Some are so specialized most buyers will never need them. This video covers all of them honestly. In order, every model, every verdict. Let us get into it. Glock 17, where everything started. Gaston Glock's 17th patent. Austrian military contract. A polymer frame pistol that walked into a steel world and changed everything permanently. The G17 polymer frame was so shocking at the time that shooters assumed it would crack on the first drop. Independent testing documented it surviving 100,000 rounds without frame failure. Military torture testing buried it in sand, submerged it in water, and dropped it from 40 feet onto concrete. It fired every time. 17 rounds, 4.49-inch marksman barrel, 25.17 ounces, $599 to $649. The verdict, the pistol that started the entire conversation. Gen 6 launched January 2026 with a factory flat trigger, RTF6 grip texture, and a new optics shim system. In 2026, the G17 Gen 6 remains the most reliable full-size 9mm in production and the honest starting point for any serious Glock conversation. Glock 18. You will never own this one, but you should know it exists. The Glock 18 is a fully automatic machine pistol developed in the mid-1980s, specifically for Austrian Eco Cobra counterterrorism units. A small selector switch on the side of the slide converts it from semi-automatic to fully automatic fire at over 1,200 rounds per minute. Muzzle rise at that rate of fire is so extreme that compensator cuts on the top of the barrel are standard equipment just to keep the weapon remotely controllable. Strictly unavailable to civilian buyers, military and elite law enforcement units only. This is the Glock you have seen in John Wick, Heat, and every serious action film that did its homework. It is not there because the prop department wanted something dramatic. It is there because it genuinely exists and looks almost identical to the standard model until the selector switch appears. The verdict, the most exclusive Glock in existence, will never be available to civilian buyers. Worth knowing about because understanding the full Glock family means understanding that the company builds for every level of the market, including the ones most people never access. Glock 19, the one everyone talks about, and they are not wrong. Glock recognized the G17 was slightly large for plainclothes officers. The solution was straightforward: shorten both the grip and the barrel. The result was the most popular carry pistol in the world. The G19 magic is entirely in its balance. Not so small that carry becomes uncomfortable. Not so large that concealment becomes difficult. 15 rounds of 9mm, 4.02-inch marksman barrel, 23.6 ounces, $599 to $699. Gen 6 launched January 20th, 2026. New factory flat-faced trigger, RTF6 grip texture, covering more of the frame than any previous generation. New optics shim system addressing the documented Gen 5 MOS screw loosening concern. 3 magazines in the box. The verdict, the most proven compact carry pistol in the world, just received its most significant update in nearly a decade. Gen 6 addressed every documented Gen 5 limitation directly. In 2026, the G19 Gen 6 remains the most honest, all-around recommendation for most shooters regardless of experience level. Glock 20. When 9mm is not enough. Glock chambered the powerful 10mm automatic cartridge in a heavy-duty platform, engineered specifically to handle the higher pressures and stout recoil that cartridge produces. The FBI had developed the 10mm and then abandoned it over recoil concerns. Glock adopted it anyway. 15 rounds 10 millimeters, 4.61 inches marksman barrel, 30.71 ounces, $599 to $649. Alaska Park Rangers carry the G20 for brown bear protection. Hunters use it as a hunting backup. Backcountry carriers choose it because 10 millimeters delivers what 9 millimeters cannot at distance. Full power 10 millimeter loads match or exceed 357 magnum velocity and energy in a semi-automatic platform with 15 round capacity. The verdict: the most institutionally proven 10 millimeter semi-automatic in production. Gen 5 MOS update added factory optics integration for outdoor carry, dangerous game backup, and wilderness protection. The G20 Gen 5 MOS has no serious competition in 2026. Glock 21, America's favorite caliber on a modern platform. 45 ACP defined generations of American shooters through 1911. In 1990, Glock brought that cartridge into their polymer frame and produced the G21. 13 rounds 45 ACP, 4.61-inch barrel, 29.3 ounces. The double-stack magazine was a dramatic upgrade over traditional 1911 single-stack capacity. American police departments and tactical teams adopted it quickly. Recoil is surprisingly manageable despite the caliber, because 45 ACP operates at approximately 21,000 PSY versus 9mm at 35,000 PSI, producing a rolling push rather than a sharp snap. The verdict: for 45 ACP carriers, the G21 Gen 5 MOS delivers the most refined version of this platform Glock has ever produced. Marksman barrel, factory optics integration, America's favorite caliber in the most modern Glock configuration available. Glock 22, the rise and fall of a dominant caliber. 40 Smith & Wesson was rapidly gaining law enforcement popularity as a middle ground between 9mm and 45 ACP. The FBI adopted it. Glock produced the G22 in exact G17 dimensions, chambered for 40 SW the 15 rounds, 4.49-inch barrel, American police's dominant duty pistol for nearly 2 decades. The verdict: historically important, currently surpassed by better internal alternatives. If you own a G22, it remains an excellent and reliable pistol. If you are buying in 2026, the G17 Gen 6 delivers better trigger, better ergonomics, and lower recoil in the same frame. Glock 23, compact 40 caliber with interesting versatility. G23 delivers 19 exact dimensions in 40 SW chambering, 13 rounds, 4.02-inch barrel, 22.92 ounces. The most interesting feature is conversion capability. A drop-in barrel swap converts the G23 to 9mm or 357 SIG. One frame, 3 calibers. That versatility was compelling when 40 SW dominated. In 2026, the same caliber decline that affects the G22 complicates the G23 value proposition. The G19 Gen 6 delivers a superior factory trigger and proven reliability at a comparable price. The verdict: versatile platform with diminishing caliber relevance. Existing owners have an excellent pistol. New buyers in 2026 should strongly consider the G19 Gen 6 instead. Glock 26, Baby Glock. Do not let the nickname mislead you. Released in 1995 specifically for the civilian concealed carry market. Drastically shortened grip and barrel. 10-round standard magazine. The magic: accepts G19 and G17 magazines without modification. 10+1 flush, 3.43-inch marksman barrel, 21.71 ounces, 1.18 inches wide, $549 to $599. 30 years of documented concealed carry service. Classic law enforcement backup gun. With Shield Arms S15 magazines, the G26 delivers 15 rounds in a package slimmer than the G19. That combination keeps the G26 genuinely relevant in 2026, despite new micro-compact competition. The verdict: 3 decades of documented subcompact reliability. Magazine compatibility no other Glock provides. Gen 5, marksman barrel and ambidextrous controls. The Baby Glock nickname undersells a platform with one of the strongest concealed carry track records in American firearms history. Glock 27, most compact 40 caliber option. G26 exact dimensions and 40 SW chambering. 9 rounds flush fit. Classic police backup gun when 40 SW dominated duty carry. The same caliber story that affected G22 and G23 applies here. Better alternatives exist in the same size class. The G26 Gen 5 is a significantly more compelling choice for nearly every use case in 2026. The verdict: historically significant backup gun. In 2026, the G26 is the better choice for almost every application. Existing G27 owners have a reliable platform. New buyers should look at the G26 instead. Glock 29, the most potent subcompact ever produced. 10mm automatic. Subcompact frame, 10 rounds. 3.77-inch barrel, 24.69 ounces. Hikers, hunters, Alaska visitors, and anyone who needs deep woods protection without full-size bulk. The G20 power level in a G26 size package. The short grip and high power cartridge combination requires serious training investment to master effectively. Shooters who commit to that training investment get a power to size ratio no other subcompact pistol in production can approach. The verdict: ultra specialized tool for specific outdoor use cases. If you need 10mm power in a subcompact, nothing else exists. If you need a regular concealed carry pistol, better options are available at every price point. Glock 30, 45, ACP subcompact size, no compromise on caliber. 10 rounds 45 ACP, slightly wider frame to accommodate the large cartridge. 3.77-inch barrel, 26.28 ounces. For carriers who refuse to step down from 45 ACP but need a smaller platform, the G30 delivers surprising accuracy and manageable recoil in a genuinely concealable package. Wider grip is the honest trade for the fat cartridge, but the G30 Gen 4 makes that trade as manageable as possible. The verdict: the best answer Glock currently makes for 45 ACP carriers who need compact size. The wider grip is unavoidable with 45 cartridges, but the G30 manages that limitation better than any alternative in its size class. Glock 34, the competition Glock that dominates practical shooting. Introduced in 1998 as a dedicated competition 9mm, 5.31-inch barrel, extended slide with a top cutout to reduce weight and accelerate cycling. Lighter trigger pull from the factory, adjustable rear sights, extended sight radius. The G34 dominates the USPSA and IDPA production division. Specialized tactical units also deploy it for duty use where a longer barrel provides velocity advantages. The Gen 5 MOS variant adds direct optics mounting for competition shooters who run red dots. The verdict: the best Glock for competition shooting. Longer barrel, lighter factory trigger, and extended sight radius combine to produce the most accuracy-optimized Glock currently in production. If you compete or prioritize precision range performance, the G34 Gen 5 MOS is the honest recommendation in 2026. Glock 43, single stack 9mm. The civilian demanded that Glock finally answer. After years of civilian requests for a slim, pocket-sized defensive 9mm Glock finally delivered. 6 rounds, single-stack magazine, 3.41-inch barrel, 16.23 ounces. One of the fastest-selling defensive handguns at launch. Backup carry, deep concealment, and hot weather carry when a double stack prints too much. In 2026, the G43 MOS with shield arms. S15 magazines delivered 15 rounds in a slimmer package than the G19. The original G43 is recommended only when absolute minimum size is the priority above all other considerations. The verdict: historically important. Proved that civilian demand could shape Glock's product lineup. In 2026, the G43X MOS is the better choice for almost every situation the G43 was designed for. Glock 44, the training. Glock, the one most buyers overlook and should not. 22 LR, G19 exact physical footprint. Hybrid steel and polymer slide designed to reliably cycle the low-energy rimfire rounds. $399 to $449. 22 LR ammunition runs 5 cents to 8 cents per round in 2026. 500 rounds per month costs $25 to $40. The same 500 rounds through a G19 costs $90 to $110. Annual training savings exceeds $700. Beginners learn the Glock platform without centerfire cost, noise, or recoil. Experienced shooters maintain skills at minimum expense between centerfire range sessions. The verdict: the most overlooked Glock on this entire list. The training value the G44 delivers over a year of ownership exceeds the purchase price entirely. If you carry a Glock, owning a G44 alongside it is the smartest investment in this lineup. Glock 45. Born from law enforcement feedback, the G45 combines the G19 compact slide and barrel with the G17 full-length grip and 17-round capacity. Developed with direct law enforcement input to capture the faster handling of a shorter slide alongside the superior purchase and ammunition capacity of a full-sized frame. 17 rounds. 4.02-inch marksman barrel. Rapidly popular with tactical units and duty officers. MOS variant ships optics ready. The verdict: the law enforcement designed crossover that combines the best characteristics of G17 and G19 in one platform. In 2026, the G45 MOS is a compelling duty carry choice for anyone who wants full grip capacity with a compact slide profile. Glock 47, the CBP pistol, now available to everyone. Originally engineered exclusively for U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Standard length slide and barrel. Shortened dust cover allowing the slide assembly to be fully interchangeable with G19 compact frames. That modularity gives agencies and civilian shooters unprecedented configuration flexibility. G17 length slide on a G47 frame. G19 slides on the same frame. One serialized lower. Multiple configurations, $649 to $699. The verdict, the most modular full-size Glock currently available. CBP contract pedigree plus civilian accessibility. For buyers who want maximum platform flexibility in a full-size duty configuration, the G47 MOS is the most capable option Glock currently produces. Glock 48, slim carry, full-length barrel, perfect balance. The G48 takes the G43X slim frame and extends the slide and barrel to full compact length. 10 rounds single stack, 4.17-inch barrel, 18.71 ounces, 1.1 inches wide. Longer sight radius and increased velocity over the G43X in the same slim profile. MOS variant with direct optics mounting. Shield arms. S15 magazines bring the G48 MOS to 15 rounds in a package slimmer than the G19. The verdict, the best slim carry Glock for shooters who want a full-length barrel without double stack width. The G48 MOS with shield arms S15 magazines is the most capable slim carry configuration Glock produces in 2026. Every Glock model, in order. From 1982 to 2026, Gaston Glock was a curtain rod designer who walked into a military contract competition and beat every established firearms manufacturer on the planet. The engineers who laughed at him are forgotten. The pistol they rejected became the most proven service weapon in human history. If you own a Glock, drop your model number in the comments and tell us why you chose it over everything else available. And if you are still deciding which Glock belongs in your hands, this video is the honest guide the gun store never gave you. Hit the like button if this breakdown taught you something you did not know before. Subscribe for honest firearms content that drops every single week. As always, thank you for watching and for being a responsible gun owner.